And now for a quick disclaimer. The TBone
and ChickBrew
in the morning show is for infotainment purposes only.
The opinions expressed here do not represent
Naval Station Rhoda, the Armed Forces Network,
or the Department of Defense.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Because you don't even know. No, that's not the words. I don't know. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh,
there.
Yeah, I need to hear.
Can you hear it?
It's connected, but I don't have any volume. You speak.
Can you hear now?
No, nothing.
Oh, what about now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, a little louder. Thank you.
Are you just deaf?
It could be.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm obviously starting to enjoy the early onsets of dementia.
You and my cat both.
This is a true story. The other day, I got greeted by someone we both know, who's pretty popular on the base since it's kind of his. And he hit me up with my Christian name and a Mr. in front of it. And it threw me off so much that I responded, "Hello, Mr." And then I forgot his last name because I've been calling him by a nickname for a couple of years. And I finished it with Sir. So his response was, "Hello, Mr. Gaetti." I was like, "Hello, Mr. Sir." Yep.
Well, there you go.
Early onset of dementia. I'm looking forward to it. I love life, and I don't want to leave this world. But if I don't know, it's okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's a good
Once
plan.
my brain decides that you've had enough, and it just turns, it's going to happen.
It's just going to stop one day and be like, everything's fine. No, it's not.
This is the way I go out.
Cat. I am a cat. That would be me.
Oh, it is Friday morning.
Yo soy Christina.
Oh,
Yo
yeah.
soy ChickBrew. I took a Spanish lesson last Saturday.
You did not.
I did.
And you got to say your name.
I learned how to say my name, that I am from North America.
Ooh.
And yeah, it was good.
Yes.
It's just great because it's all very easy. They're all yo soys.
Yeah, the thing is, and it's disheartening that all of us have been here for whatever period of time, and we don't know as much Spanish as we should. But we're quick on the complaint line when it comes to, I couldn't understand that person because of their accent. Oh, did you try speaking their language? Kind of. Maybe make the effort. Could you imagine if they probably do. People that come to the United States probably talk mad nonsense about us because we don't speak their language. It can't just be an American thing.
But I feel like Americans are very good at only speaking American. I mean American.
Yeah,
it's not English.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows. I'm really good at picking out the Asian flavors. I'm very good at picking those out, and sometimes I fail miserably. On our last trip to Greece, I saw what I believe to be a Korean ajima. Because she was like 80 years old, but she was just getting it, man. We're in Santorini. She's walking up the mountain. She's well into her 80s, and she's got the Korean hump, and she's got a young son and a daughter with her everywhere they go. And I speak Hangul to her, and she just responds with, "Not Korean."
You have no friends.
So I reevaluated and realized, you're Japanese. I didn't say that out loud. I just knew. But then I started speaking in Japanese. But my Japanese is so rusty. Everything I would say, they would just correct me. No.
I'm trying, folks. I'm trying.
I do try. More than anything. So if I've learned anything about my career, I've learned how to say thank you. I can do it in 32 different languages, so I can get a beer in just about any country in the world and know what to say when someone hands it to me. It's TBone and ChickBrew in the morning. It's Friday. We're looking for your phone calls, your input. We got a crazy show for you this morning, so stay tuned. I think that was a nice soft open. Now the music is gone.
You love Lady Gaga.
Is that Lady Gaga?
That was like original Lady Gaga.
I mean, so when she came out, I was in a very sandy country. And she had a couple of really popular songs. And one of those songs forced me to, whenever it would come on, required me to do a dance, like whose name is so suggestive I can't even share.
Yikes.
But I mean, when you're living in a world full of sand, you make do. You know, you find your world, you find your happiness in your world.
We were definitely in two different places when Lady Gaga came out.
Where were you?
I worked in a bar full of drag queens, so it was very different. Lots of Lady Gaga impersonations.
I will share the name of the dance with you when we're not talking, and you'll find out how fun that would have been. In case you haven't figured it out, it's TBone and ChickBrew in the morning. I'm looking at the watch. We're 10 minutes into the show. We got a couple of songs behind us. We had a great opening conversation that you may or may not have heard of because no one's listening.
It's early.
Well, it's early, and it's a weekend. It's a holiday weekend.
Oh, is it?
Can't have a holiday weekend without having a little add-on. You know, the baker's dozen of holiday weekends, a 4-day weekend.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, for a lot of people. So
I've made a huge mistake.
We got our usuals. We got Chief Stanley out there. He's listening. We got Dave. Dave's always going to listen.
He is.
I believe.
I love Dave.
Of course, Chief Stanley wants us to make some music requests for him, which we cannot do. Cannot stress that enough. We are not allowed to play anything.
Maybe we should just sing our next talk break and dedicate it to Chief Stanley.
We could do it as an operetta.
I'm having a singing conversation with TBone. Yeah. I mean, I feel like there is some potential there.
Oh, I would need to write some lyrics, but I could do that.
I mean,
I'm not
you
good
just
at
got to do it on the fly.
I could sing.
Yeah.
And I can.
Apparently, you can dance too.
I can definitely dance.
Remember the dancing in the safety jacket video?
Yes.
That's on the Facebook page somewhere.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, I shared that when I worked here. So.
But aside from his radio music request, somebody also wanted to inform us that there's a birthday out there.
Oh.
Yes. Old Command Master Chief Bread having a birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, he's like turning 57 or 67. I don't know. I know he's getting real close to like mandatory retirement age. I'm not going to put his birthday out there other than it's today, which now I'm regretting doing that. Why did you trick me, Chief Stanley? Well, I shouldn't have said his name. I should have just said happy birthday to someone I know.
I already forgot who.
There we go.
I would make the worst spy ever.
And if you see him out there, just wish him happy birthday.
Sing it at him, though. Sing at him. I just really want someone to just for it to be their birthday, and every time someone says happy birthday, instead of just being like happy birthday, they just start singing at them.
At this drag queen bar, was it also an Applebee's? Was it drag queen bar / Applebee's?
No, we didn't do that.
Everybody did the happy birthday.
No, if it was one of the performers' shows, it was their birthday and they were performing, and everyone would take their shoe off and throw it at them, which is hilarious when you're talking about like a 6-inch stiletto. Dangerous games.
So my friend Chris Organ, I forgot his birthday one time in Seoul, Korea, and then I made a very public example of how to sing a birthday song in a room full of Koreans. It was hilarious. I'll never forget it. So if you got a birthday out there, we'll say birthdays. It's TBone and ChickBrew in the morning. We're going back to the music. If you got anything you want to share with us, hit us up on the Facebooks or 727-1025.
I don't know what to do with that song.
That snuck up on me. So
never mind.
we got an option here. We can spin the big wheel of topics and see what we come up with, or you could choose one of the topics on the wheel. Do you want to spin the wheel, or do you just want to choose one of the topics?
I want to spin the wheel because I want to see how you're going to make the noise.
There's no noise on the wheel. It's electronic. So you just push a button. See the wheel? What wheel are you thinking of?
I wanted it to be a real wheel.
Well, then we need to do some work.
Okay. Well, let's spin the wheel.
All right. Coming up on the top of the hour, what we're going to do now is talk about the Rota Ride Share Program.
Oh,
I love this thing. It works great. We don't have to make decisions anymore. So talking about the Rota Ride... Oops, I didn't mean to turn the camera on. Talking about the Rota Ride Share program, apparently every week we do this, we get a couple more people joining the Facebook group. So if you don't know what it is, here's it in the most simplest of forms. This is a Facebook page designed to help people who need rides connect people who need rides with people who could give them rides. I'm looking right now at the Navstay Rhoda Arrive Alive program ad here in our local Coastline newspaper, and it's got 3 points of contacts there. It's got phone numbers. None of these points of contact have joined the Rhoda Rideshare page. What we're doing with the Rhoda Rideshare is complementary to your Arrive Alive program, to your basic tenements of leadership where you take care of your people. I mean, if you got sailors that are walking from the barracks down to the ships every day and they're being passed by a whole bunch of people with empty seats that are driving to the ships every day, why don't we use the power of Facebook to connect these people and say, hey, man, if anybody needs a ride to the ship this morning, I'll pick you up. Or raise your non-firing hand if you need a ride to the ship and like, hey, I'm going to go that way. So the Rhoda Rideshare program is made to connect all these people on a daily basis. Anybody needs a ride, get on Rhoda Rideshare, and we see if we can help you out. But that means we need people who are riders and people who are give riders to get into the Rhoda Rideshare Facebook page. So I need to do a better job of promoting it. I do it every Friday during the T-Bone in the Morning show. I'll get more active on Facebook for it because the more people that are involved in it, the more successful it could be. And then the secondary or maybe the primary purpose of this is those sailors that are out in town. It's late at night. Their plan has failed and they need a ride home. Now, the Arrive Alive program is still out there. You could still do that. Or possibly you could use the Rhoda Rideshare program and put a request out there. I mean, that's probably what you're thinking, but when it comes out in text, I'm sure it's a lot better.
Well,
yeah. Watch your text to emoji ratio. And here a ride, smiley face, laughy, beer, drunk. Don't put the pukey one on. You'll never get a ride.
You'll never get a ride that way.
So you put that on there, and volunteers, people who are willing to give you a ride, maybe they can help you. And if that fails, then, you always got the cab as a backup. So we're adding another tool in your toolbox on how to safely get home if your plan has failed. Because if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. So we don't want you drinking and driving. We want you arriving aliving. And we want you Rhoda ride sharing. How about that? That took a lot of moisture out of my mouth saying all of that. So that's what we're trying to do. You search for it on Facebook. It's Rhoda Rideshare. And then this new little weird thing, you have to kind of scroll around the top a little bit to get to groups. And if you click on the groups, it'll be the only thing that pops up right now for Rhoda Rideshare. So with that being said, we're going to go back to the music. That is top of the hour news. We'll be back with more T-Bone and ChickBrew in the morning informational wheel of death. Another one of those that just ends abruptly when you feel like it should have ended an hour ago.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. Also, I was listening with one ear to what was playing in the studio, and then the other ear, the headphones, and the delay. That song does not hold a delay well.
Nice.
Because of the repetition at the end is so close together. It just all I heard for like the last 10 seconds.
No, that's the song.
That's
exactly
okay.
what I was hearing too.
Oh, and you had both headphones on.
So I need your assistance. And if not your assistance, I need the assistance of the listening audience. I need a new, better term for hunger pains. I'm once again conducting an experiment on my body to make myself better. New year, new you, hashtag whatever. So, and one of the things is, if you're feeling hunger pains, you're doing good. Because that means you haven't gotten food and your body's telling you, hey, I could use something to eat over here. Hunger pains also means that if you haven't consumed any sweets or calories in a while, that you're burning fat. Your body's just doing the machine thing that it's supposed to be doing. And I would like a more complimentary term for hunger pains because they're actually a good thing.
Pre-murder pains. The line between me being hungry and
such a hangry example.
There's no
pre-murder pain.
I'm either not hungry or I am ravenous. I have no middle ground.
None.
Zero.
Oh.
No, I'm either like I'm not hungry or you should have fed me an hour ago. I'm not hungry. I don't know what happens.
Yeah, I wasn't a hunger pains kind of guy because if I mean, my body was on a schedule. You eat at this time, you eat at this time, you eat this time. I've been reading all these books for 30 years telling me exactly everything I needed to be healthy and fit and trim and well, let's just say that didn't work out so well.
You are voluptuous and you are beautiful.
This is why I hate doctors. I don't hate doctors. I'm sure some of them are good people. Some of them may be listening.
You know what?
No, they're not listening because the hospital's closed today.
Oh, I haven't hit a doctor since I've been back here.
That's good.
Pretty good, yeah.
One of my favorite doctors is back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway, before I get too distracted on that, let's talk about why. So, especially when these things happen, like wrong leg amputated during my friend went in for surgery recently, and you have to write like with a magic marker all over your arm, like not this one, the other one, because it's happened where if someone goes in for something like as serious as an amputation, they amputate the wrong leg. Can't put it back on, and then the only thing they can do is amputate the correct leg. So yeah,
there's a 2-for-1 that you did not ask for.
Doctors practice medicine, and what college is synonymous with doctoring for you?
I mean, I'm from Texas, so I always think UT Medical Center.
UT Medical Center. Me, Johns Hopkins University, Johns Hopkins Medical University. That's.
Right,
South Carolina had one. I don't remember what it was called. South Carolina something university. I always get suspicious with like a Caucasian doctor with a University of the Philippines medical thing. I mean,
why didn't you stay home for school?
How about we invaded a country, Grenada, where there were a bunch of medical students that were just down there to get their medical degree. Doctors.
I do think it's funny when doctors now will say, oh, just do some follow-up on the internet. I just want to be like, you realize I'm an idiot, right?
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
I'm a hypochondriac. Never send me to WebMD. That's horrible.
There's also a reason I'm not a doctor.
We'll be back soon. It's more TBone and ChickBrew in the morning. And that one goes out to Lee Peters. We just can't get you out of our mind.
That song is called Lost in Japan.
Oh, that's going out to Lee Peters, Lost in Japan. So apparently my small tirade against doctors got some attention. Hey, if you're working on me, I'm okay with you. I mean, I like you. No, I'm just saying, I had a doctor once who had a degree from Pepper Hill. And then,
I don't know where that is.
Yeah, neither do I. I thought it said Pepperdine. And then when I got closer to it, the last 4 letters were not the same. I'm like, come on, man. You're not even trying. I could do better with that off the internet.
Photoshop. It's a thing.
So, colonoscopies. You're not there yet, but they're going to happen.
Are they?
Supposedly, if you're lucky enough and reach an age,
Allegedly.
you get one of those. I didn't know, they put you under for these.
Because that's the only way it's going to happen.
No, okay. All right. Well, let's think about that for a second. First of all, general anesthesia for this. I'm just, as a man, oh no, don't do that to me. But I have to think over the period of years what I've heard about how horrible these are. We haven't gotten to a point of technology where the thing that they're using is the size of a hair, I mean, what are we putting in there that requires so much?
Maybe.
Or is that the one place where technology is? No. We're going to fix everything else. We'll make everything else smaller except this one thing.
Make that bigger. Make that bigger. Bigger is better. No, because I had to get a retainer made. And the bite plates that they use for the retainer, massive.
Yes.
Whose mouth are these for?
Right. Do I have to unhinge my jaw? What do you want here?
Yeah, that was the last time I hit a corpsman and a doctor.
Oh.
Dr. Stoner. He was a good man.
So you're a person that's going to be needed to knock out during a colonoscopy.
If I'm going to the doctor, it is probably better if you just sedate me.
Look, hey docs that are out there getting mad at me because I'm having some fun with you. Can we get together? Can we work on miniaturizing the device used in a colonoscopy? I think I don't know, but I think we could save a lot of discomfort if we just made the thing smaller.
Make it bigger just for TBone.
No.
No.
I want to. So, if you read on a subject for 7 years, the saying is, if you read it on a subject for 7 years, you become an expert in that subject. And I have 30 years of experience on reading diet stuff. So I'm proud to announce I am now a PhD nutritionist. I am now a doctor of nutrition. I mean, I was homeschooled. That had nothing to do with it.
Same.
But I have a certificate. It's framed. It's on the wall. I am now a doctor of nutritionist. Nutritionista. I'm a nutrition. Make my own religion out of nutrition. Why am I rhyming so much today?
What is wrong with you?
I don't know, Mr. Sir. Durr.
Still happening.
Maybe it's pre-PTSD. Can you have PTSD and the P stand for pre instead of post? Like, you got a colonoscopy coming, you got some PTSD.
Oh, do you have one coming up? You got one on the
don't,
books?
but someone I know does.
Oh, no.
And that's how I learned about the general anesthesia thing. I didn't know, because everything I know about a colonoscopy comes from television. And it's some guy, and he's getting one, he's like, oh, no, and I didn't know, it was like, oh, go to sleep, and, we'll talk about it in the morning.
And you have both. We've cut off both your legs. Your colonoscopy would.
It's TBone and ChickBrew in the morning. Come back for some serious talk. Oh, boy. Our friend who has a PhD, not the PhD I thought it was, but it's a practical high school diploma.
Oh, nice.
All right. Calm down, everybody. Now it's time to listen. So we live in a world of isolation. We get all of our news from the United States, but we live in a different country and different things happen. So I don't know why. Did you know that there was a child that fell in a well in Spain recently?
No.
Yes, very much similar to the American version of a child falling in a well. Unfortunately, this one did not have a happy ending. For several days, they tried to get the child out of the well, and the little baby did not survive. But that was something, that was a big deal here in Spain. Everybody was talking about it, but we don't watch the Spanish news. We don't read the Spanish newspapers. Therefore, we miss some of this stuff. Here's some other things you might be wanting to know. In Barcelona recently, they arrested 17 bad guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 17 bad guys who wanted to do bad things, and I don't think I need to describe what that is. We know when we talk about it today, these days, a bunch of bad guys want to do bad things. Yeah. And then in Malaga, they also arrested, and it was real nice, they had video of him as he was being pulled out. They had video of another terrorist arrest just around the corner.
Yeah.
So 17 up north, one around the corner. What I'm trying to say, folks, is as wonderful as life is here in the greater Rhoda metropolitan area, where we really, we have a good life. A couple, minor crimes here and there. We don't have bad things happening here, and we want to keep it that way. But you venture out and you go to these other places, and we want to remind you that it's not just a commercial on AFN. There's real world stuff going on out there outside of your bubble. There are still people who want to hurt you, and we don't want that to happen. So I ask you, when you get a chance, when you're taking that next trip to a major metropolitan area, an actual major metropolitan area, to try to find out from whether it's any of the authorized sites that may or may not have the information, or it's open source information, try to find out what's going on in that world. Wherever you go, be mindful of certain things. Even a nightclub in New England, if you go to a nightclub in New England, you need to be looking for fire exits. You need to know. I know it's sad, right? I did a show that weekend too. Right after that happened, it was horrible. But I pointed out the fire exits to everybody.
You're the worst. You're the worst.
No, and that's real life. You need to know. But
you don't think about it until the problem is, like, a lot of times you don't think about something until after something bad has happened. Then you're like, oh, that one time I probably should have put it together.
What is it?
Sooner.
Rechambles? What is the walk in Barcelona? The big walk where the terrorist attack occurred in 17.
Oh, La Ramblas.
La Ramblas, right? So yeah, I'm the guy. I walk down it.
Done it too.
Yeah, hand in hand with my love. Life is great. Not once paying attention. Like, if something were to come that way, where's my exit? Where do I go? So you got to kind of keep that mindset of awareness, even when you're on vacation, even when you're visiting different places, because they're out there to get you. They're going to steal your purse. If you got your purse hanging over the chair, they're going to get you.
They will. They sure will.
So, a personal story for you, a personal story for another friend of mine. They came up underneath the keep you warm thing, and they got the purse.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. ladies and men, I know you're wearing your Merces out there. Protect your a thing is, you don't see a man getting his Merce stolen as much as a woman.
I just shove
a man
everything
is like,
in my front pockets, and then I put my hands in my pockets. Like,
so whether it's criminal activity or terrorist activity, please remember, keep your eyes up. Pay attention to the things that are happening around you. We do not want you to become a victim of either of those. When we come back, we're going to close out this week's T-Bone and ChickBrew in the morning with more positive messaging for you. Why is she talking to her Roomba?
I don't know, but I'm not mad about it. I talk to my Roomba all the time.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Stop doing that.
Where are you going?
Tucky Roomba. I don't. Why did you do that to us?
It's
We're
still
good
going.
people.
It's still going. I faded it
We're
out.
good people. We don't do that to the audience. We don't intentionally play bad music.
I didn't know what it was.
You could have.
So I played it because I was curious.
Could have put it in a hopper for somebody else to play when they came on.
We all know that I shouldn't be trusted. We know this. We all know this.
Hey, did you have a good time this morning?
I did.
Right? What a way to start a Friday.
I mean, we're the only people on base, but I'll take it.
No, we have our regular 4 people listening. God bless them. They're awesome. So we're going to wish them a very happy Martin Luther King Day weekend.
Are you doing anything for the long weekend?
I'll probably celebrate.
Celebrate?
Yeah.
Holiday.
Yeah, no, wrong. No, I was the Martin Luther King celebration song. No. Just because it's by cool. No. Martin Luther King had a song about. He didn't do any. Wouldn't that have been great if he was a musician? How many more people would have gotten this? Why hasn't somebody mixed up like his "I Have a Dream" speech?
Oh, they have.
They have?
Down killer.
They have?
Yeah, it's there.
Of course they have, because nobody has any original thought anymore.
No.
Hey, I had a great time. I love my Fridays, spending them with you and the 4 members of our audience, and we got to have a lot of fun. I think I had a. I don't care. I don't care if you didn't have fun. I had
Look,
fun.
I put on pants. I got up early. I put on pants.
Right.
I'm here.
I'm suffering from pre-murder pains.
Oh,
so,
good.
Pre-murder feelings. No, that'll probably get me locked up. We don't want to say that.
Yeah, that will.
Hey, look here, Rhoda. If you are listening and it is a 3 or 4 day weekend or any day, all we ask is that you kind of, take the time to look out for one another. Look out for yourself. Look out for those around you. What?
The manager's listening.
Oh, is she? Yeah. And if you see somebody that looks suspicious, be the child that you were told to be. When you were a child, you were told, if you see a stranger, you yell stranger danger. And if you see somebody lurking around your friend's chair that looks out of place or suspicious, you know what? Call your friend's attention to that person. True story, one of the recent purse snatchings was witnessed by somebody who's like, oh yeah, I saw him doing it, but I didn't think anything of it. Really? You didn't think anything of it? Come on, people. Put your big hat on. And, use your vocal cords. When you see something, say something, especially if they're your so-called friends. Hey, it looks like you're about to get robbed. You should probably stop that. Take care of one another. Look out for one another. Have a designated driver. Don't drink and drive. If you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. And remember, Rhoda Rideshare on Facebook is the best way to communicate, to connect people who need a ride with people who are willing to give them a ride. For T-Bone and ChickBrew in the morning, I am T-Bone reminding you to be the best person that you can be. And if you were a great person yesterday, please work to be an even better person tomorrow.
And I'd like to remind all of you that you are loved.
Can you just come in a little faster on that in the future?
Never, ever. I do it because it irritates me.
Try.
That's how I show you that I care.